It was supposed to be an ordinary stop, just lunch, just a few minutes inside a familiar place millions of people visit every day. But for one woman in Alabama, that routine decision to order food at McDonald's would quietly become the final moment of her life. No warnings, no chaos. No one in the restaurant realized they were witnessing the beginning of a tragedy. On a warm Alabama afternoon, the restaurant was busy in the most unremarkable way. Families sat with trays, workers rushed orders, cars rolled steadily through the drive-thru. Nothing felt off. The woman, described by those who knew her as calm, polite, and soft-spoken, entered alone. She wasn't rushing. She wasn't distressed. To everyone around her, she looked exactly like any other customer stopping for a quick meal. She placed her order. She paid. She waited. Surveillance footage later showed her standing patiently, scrolling on her phone, occasionally glancing up at the counter. No arguments. No visible discomfort. No sign that anything was wrong. Then she collected her food and sat down. No one knew it would be her last meal. Minutes passed. Other customers came and went. But the woman remained seated, her food untouched or barely touched, depending on who later told the story. At first, no one paid attention. People pause. People rest. People zone out. But then time kept moving. An employee noticed she hadn't stood up. Another customer glanced over and felt something was off. She wasn't eating. She wasn't moving. She wasn't on her phone anymore. Someone approached her table. She didn't respond. That's when panic began to ripple through the restaurant. Employees immediately called 911. A few customers tried to help, though none were medically trained. The woman appeared unresponsive. Some reports said she was slumped slightly forward, others that she looked as if she had simply fallen asleep. Paramedics arrived quickly, but the situation was already far worse than anyone realized. Despite their efforts, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Inside a McDonald's, in the middle of a day, surrounded by strangers who had no idea they were sharing their lunch hour with someone experiencing her final moments. The news spread fast, both locally and online. People immediately began asking the same question. How does someone die while eating at a fast food restaurant? Early speculation ran wild. Choking, food poisoning, an allergic reaction, a hidden medical condition. Authorities moved carefully, urging the public not to jump to conclusions. An autopsy was ordered. Investigators reviewed security footage. They interviewed employees. They examined her food, the table, and the surrounding area. There were no signs of violence, no struggle, no evidence of foul play inside the restaurant. Eventually, officials confirmed the cause of death was medical, a sudden health emergency that struck without warning. No one at the restaurant could have predicted it. No one could have stopped it. What made the case so haunting wasn't just how she died, but where. McDonald's is loud, bright, familiar, safe. It's a place people associate with kids' meals, road trips, late-night cravings. Death doesn't belong there. Yet that's exactly what unsettled people the most. She wasn't alone at home. She wasn't in a hospital. She wasn't doing anything risky. She was simply eating lunch. As details emerged, friends and family spoke about her life. Not how it ended, but how it was lived. She was described as kind, dependable, and private. Someone who kept to herself, who didn't seek attention, who enjoyed small routines. That's what made this story resonate so deeply online, because it could have been anyone. A stop for food between errands, a break during work, a moment to sit and breathe, and then nothing. Online, people expressed shock and fear. If this can happen there, it can happen anywhere. I eat at that McDonald's all the time. This is terrifying. Others reflected on how quickly life can change and end without warning. True crime channels picked up the story not because of brutality or mystery, but because of its unsettling normalcy. No villain, no chase, no dramatic climax. Just a sudden, silent ending in a place designed for comfort and convenience. There was no crime in the traditional sense, but there was loss. And there was a reminder that life doesn't always give warnings. Sometimes it doesn't slow down. Sometimes it doesn't give a second chance. She ordered lunch, she sat down, and she never made it home. That's what makes this story linger. Long after the restaurant was cleaned, the tables wiped, and the doors reopened. Because tomorrow, someone else will walk in, order a meal, sit down, and never imagine how fragile an ordinary moment can be.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.